I just wanted to let everybody know that I put a new podcast up today. It's about why Diablo 3 looks like it's going to suck from all the news we've been getting. And also at the second half of it, it's like 2.5 hours long. It's about all the good stuff with Darkfall Online. It's the new MMO game that could be the big MMO that unseats World of Warcraft. A lot of people don't know about it. There's not been that much advertising for it, but it's already like one of the most talked about games. And in the next week or so, BlizzCon's going to be coming out, and they're going to give us some more information about Diablo 3. And then maybe sometime this month, there's something going on with Darkfall. They're going to give us a bunch more information about that too. So we've had this big debate between Storm and Lucid. They're on the Darkfall side, and Jay Lane's on the Diablo 3 side. And I kind of was at first, but then I'm kind of on the fence now because Diablo 3 is looking worse and worse, and Darkfall's looking better and better. And Taco's kind of, I think he's going towards Darkfall. I don't really know, but a lot of us are getting ready to play it. Craft Chest wants to play Darkfall. Storm's brother, Captain Scorch, a bunch of other guys. We're going to get a bunch of guys that we're going to be in our Diablo 3 guild and probably play Darkfall. So later on, I'll probably do a Darkfall video with Storm and talk about all the different points of Darkfall and show you some video and really make it better, because I recorded it earlier and it was really laggy as fuck. But you can go ahead and listen to the podcast if you want, and got another podcast that'll be coming out pretty soon about movies. I also recorded some audio of the guy who was the hater of the week that time. The guy that said I do fat things all day and I smell like shit and I'm gay and I do fat things. The guy, you know, pretty much I stole his line and made it awesome. And he's really retarded. He's not at all intelligent. I thought he was going to be like a guy that asked me questions about why I live my life the way it is, and we're gonna like get inside the mind of a hater, but all I could talk about was poop and rainbows and burgers. It's crazy. Speaking of burgers, though, I went to the store today and they got all this Halloween stuff. Look at this. It's a Monster Mallow burgers, like all marshmallow. This is why America is fat. It's marshmallow buns, cheese, burger. It's got a little bit of chocolate sauce or something on the top of it there. Let me open this up. Oh, god damn. I wouldn't normally even buy anything like this. I just wanted to show you guys. It was just $1. That is disgusting. Oh, it's totally disgusting. Not at all convincing myself it's not. Oh. Oh. Fuck. Yeah, I don't really get into Halloween candy and whatnots, and they had these gummy eyeballs that you put in your drinks or whatever. Those look kind of cool, and they had like a big Hershey's chocolate tombstone. It was like $20. It's like that big slab of chocolate. I think it has an aftertaste to it. Somebody had put like a Hillary Clinton mask in the freezer at Walmart and it looked like a head in the freezer. It was pretty cool. I'm not gonna employ it. I think just like a random prankster did it, so it's pretty neat. Speaking of Halloween, I made a video recently where I was pretending to be a vampire and offended some people in the community that actually think they are vampires and that I misrepresented their society or whatever. That just makes me laugh. It's like, it's even worse than when I offended all the sex fetishists and the gay smokers, the patriotic Brazilians, and everybody else I've offended, but never thought I was going to get in trouble for offending vampires. So all you that were pointing out that I should not have been in high school for 50 years, good job on that brilliant detective work there, figuring out that I'm not actually a vampire. Kudos to you and your brilliant deductions. I've been watching that show True Blood I was talking about, and I realized something about older people dating younger people, that it's purely a physical thing, and it grosses us out because of the way people look. Older people wither and they get all nasty and wrinkly. That's why people get offended by older people dating younger people, and I can prove it's a physical fucking thing, because when vampires date people in fictional shows like TV shows and movies, nobody has a problem with it. They're like 100 years old, 400 years old, ancient motherfuckers. And just because they look young, everybody's cool with it. They're like, ah, sure, you can date a vampire. I don't get offended at that. That doesn't gross me out at all. Same thing with the Highlander TV show. You know, like Duncan MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. He was like 400 years old, dating a hot chick. Just because he looks good. Doesn't gross anybody out because he's 400 years old. Yeah, I just want to throw that out there to see what everybody thought about it. Now I'd like to turn your attention to an email a guy has sent me. That YouTube was down from maintenance today and I didn't get to answer his email, so I thought I'd answer it in a video. It's a pretty long email. It's a guy who's 15 years old. He's from Centerville, Tennessee. That's actually where I used to go to the flea market. If you listen to my podcast, where I used to buy whips and ninja stars and shit at the flea market, that's where I used to go, Centerville, Tennessee. They had a nice chili dog stand on the way there. He wants to know if when I decided to live this gamer lifestyle and just stay at home and like get a crappy job and stuff like that. I don't really know. I never really had any aspirations to be anything really big. Like I used to want to be a tornado chaser, like a meteorologist maybe, and go out into Oklahoma and chase tornadoes. And then I wanted to be a writer for a while and just write books. But writing a book's kind of like climbing a mountain or running a marathon. You can't really do it until you've done it once, and then it just gets easier and easier. It's really hard to do for the first time. It's almost like reading the Bible. Writing a novel is like reading the Bible. It's hard to just get through it and get done with it because it's so fucking tedious. It's pretty much I've always liked games. Like he also asked me, like I used to be a farmer growing up. If he heard my childhood podcast, like when I used to be a kid, I used to grow tobacco. And when did I decide to become a gamer? Because it's kind of weird for farmers to become a gamer. Now I never was really a farmer. Like I was always a gamer first, and I just kind of had to work on the farm because my dad did. I never really decided like I'm just going to be a farmer. But I do see his point, like there are people that grew up where I grew up and they just kind of do whatever their parents do just because I guess it's just easier to do whatever they do instead of having to learn something new. Or I guess if you're not exposed to anything like the internet or technology, then you never get those kind of interests. He wants to know how I put the plans into action and learning everything I've learned, and just read books. Books pretty much teach you everything you need to know. Even crappy books, you learn stuff just from situations and like settings and stuff, like what stuff is and how it works, just from like paying attention to details. I never really took any special classes on how to be a lazy ass, sit home and play video games all day. Then he wants to know how I afford to live the way I do and like pay for my bills and groceries and everything on. Like I make less than $10 an hour. He thinks I have to make over $15 an hour to do what I do because I only work weekends. Now here's how I kind of budget my money, so you guys that are just leaving high school and you don't have a lot of money, here's how you do it. I don't drink. Don't have to pay for beer, alcohol, whiskey, anything like that. Don't go to bars. Don't have to pay for chicks because I never go on dates. That saves you thousands of dollars a year right there. Don't have to worry about other people. Only worry about yourself. Don't get addicted to anything. Especially nowadays, don't get addicted to cigarettes. Pay for cigarettes, that's going to cost you extra, a crazy amount. I don't know how much people spend a year. It's like you're going to have to buy a car probably on cigarettes. Don't smoke, don't drink, don't do drugs. Saves you tons of money. Don't date, don't have a girlfriend. Saves you even more money. Don't go out a lot because I don't spend a lot of money on gas, so that saves me money on gas. I probably use like an eighth of what people use, just driving back and forth to places, meeting people and going out and just cruising town to like socialize, so that saves me a ton of money right there. Then you want to get into like buying things in bulk, buying generic things at the store, being really cheap. And I also made a video earlier about buying good quality things like bed sheets or something that you're going to use over and over again. That's what you want to spend your money on, stuff that you're going to have for a long time, not stuff that's just like fleeting that you're going to use for a day or two and then it's going to be gone. Things that are consumables. I use like cheap stuff. Also, I never had health insurance until I was about last year, 29 or 30 or so. 10 years of no health insurance payments saves me a ton of money. Now my money is kind of a little harder to keep track of than it was, but eventually like I have enough money to pay my bills. So when I get overtime or work holidays, that's just kind of extra money that accumulates. So I kind of save up that money. Then I get taxes back every year because I've paid in more than I should have. All that extra money just keeps building up, and then I'll use it to buy something big like the big screen TV or a new car. And that's kind of how I use my surplus money. Another big way to save money is to get high-speed internet, broadband. I use that for TV shows, movies, video games. All this money that people spend like on cable bills and going out to the theater, and all that money is saved just from having high-speed internet. And other than that, I pay like an electric bill and rent and insurance payments and have to buy groceries, and that's it. That's pretty much all I gotta pay for. Oh, a phone bill. You gotta have a phone. Even though I never use the phone, I just have a phone just in case I'm out somewhere and my car breaks down and you need for an emergency situation. Oh, you may have been wondering about this thing on my lip here. That's why I haven't made a video in a few days, because I had this big sore on my lip that was really annoying me. Now it's starting to go away finally. Looks like herpes or something, doesn't it? But you guys know me. I haven't done anything to get any kind of herpes. It's kind of weird. I just woke up in the middle of the night, had a sore on my lip, And I'm always freaking out because people say you eat 9 spiders a year just by like spiders crawling in your mouth when you're asleep apparently, and you eat that many spiders a year just by on average, like the average person. Like tiny spiders. I'm assuming tiny spiders. If there's big fucking spiders going in my mouth, like I've seen crawling around on my wall, that freaks me out just a little bit. I thought maybe one of them bit me on the lip while it was going in my belly, and it kind of grossed me out a little bit. Not like this fucking burger. God damn.